The information about the base system, everything appears normal at the moment. Check the recent activities. You comb through the logs, collating the ancient messages, routine system notification until you have listed the recent activation. Wake initiated, wake complete, credential rejected, credential accepted, login admin, password admin, loading default admin operation, backup generator initialized, automated security lockdown initiated, login required, credential rejected, OS station locking out due to multiple failed locking attempts. The terminal display information about the base system, everything appears normal at the moment. Okay. Lighter. Hello, Mr. Prisoner. Waving at you through the cell is a pale, rail-thin man with matted hair and fraying, frayed clothes. He gives you a lazy, glassy eye grin.
Hey, dudes. Hi. Well, what's up? Haven't seen you before. Have I?
We're Rangers. This is going to be our new headquarters.
Rangers, huh? Cool, man. Cool. I like your look. I think I had a shirt like that once, a long time ago. Long time ago. Headquarters for what?
The Rangers help people. We're here to help Colorado.
That's cool. Helping's good. I like helping. Are there like more of you here?
That's not something you need to know.
Oh, so not many then, huh? Don't worry, you'll make new friends, I bet, though. You seem real friendly and nice. So, hey, what?
Actually, I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, man, of course. I don't mind. Ask me whatever.
What's your name?
My name? Ned? Harry? Nick? Booger? Dickens? Lyle? Something like that. Honestly, I don't, remember. Been a long time since I thought about that, man. Been a longer time since someone, asked me about it. I kind of been here for a while.
How long?
Couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't tell you. Like, there's no windows or clocks in here, Hard to keep track of when the day starts or ends. Anyway, a long time. Long enough for other groups, other people to come and go.
How have you survived?
Man, I got everything I need in here to keep on. Little crack in the ceiling over there drips some water. So I just gotta, lick the wall when I'm thirsty. And, you know what they say about dark, damp spaces, man? Mushroom grow there, man. So I added a little self-made fertilizer. And those mushrooms are growing good.
You have been living off wall water and mushrooms.
Yeah, man, yeah. Yum. Oh, yeah, and bugs, when they come by. Buzzy crunchers and climby snappers and skittery two-bites and running gushers. Sometimes roly poppers and hoppy specks. Once a squirmy slurp. That was a good day, man. But yeah, mainly mushrooms.
Can you tell us about any group that lived here before us?
Yeah, sure, maybe. Sometimes, like, a guy might come in, but I don't know if he was connected to the guy who came in before him, Kinda hard to keep track of how long it is between visits, and people don't always tell me what's going on outside. But, let me see. Last guy who came in to see me was the dead guy. Before him, tired eyes lady. Before her, the smiling woman. Before that, it's a little fuzzy.
Tell us about the dead guy.
Oh man, that's some wild stuff. So a while ago, that dead guy over there came running in here all nervous and freaked out and starts messing with that computer machine over there. And yeah, then there's this big ass flash of light from the computer machine and he falls down and then all these sirens and flashing lights. It was
Oh,
horrible,
that must
man.
be
Like, it made it really hard to sleep, you know?
whatever that guy name
And
is.
after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, well, you came in.
Tired eyes lady?
Well, she was a woman, dressed all raggedy, but, I'm one to talk on that. Anyway, she came in here looking sad. Eyes looked like she hadn't seen a good night's rest in years. We talked for a bit and then she left again. Sometimes I think I can still hear her voice. Hope she didn't die and she's haunting me for some reason. Though now that I think about it, I guess I'd be glad for the company, you know?
Tell us about the smiling woman.
Oh, a real nice lady, man. Had a big old smile on her face the whole time we talked. Just never stopped smiling. I think she said she was a trader. Talked about how she had some merchandise to keep here and some people she was gonna deal with. Said I wasn't a suitable client, which, sure, 'cause I got no money. Well, actually, she said I wouldn't be suitable for her clients, which I thought was a weird way to say that.
What do you mean by something a little fuzzy?
You know, man, it's, I've been here a long time, and I eat a lot of mushrooms. Can't always remember things that happened in the, olden days, but I'll try. There was a gentleman bear, the lip licker, and, the bloody screamers, and them metal fellers, and the really white guy, and owl face. Oh, and the 6 wee men and a lion. But, yeah, hard to remember who came in first, and, which ones were just a nursery rhyme my grandma told me, so... yeah...
Something else?
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Well, why are you in there?
Because, the cell door is locked.
That's not what we're asking. Why were you put in there?
Oh man, didn't you like my joke? Okay, well, so a guy I used to be friends with, well, I guess he was more of a business partner. Friend though too, man, like former friend who decided he didn't, want to go splitsies anymore, so he conked me on the head. And when I woke up, I was in here. Real bummer, man. Like, seriously.
Why are you in there again?
I told you, man. My partner trapped me in here. Thought he was my friend, you know? But he wasn't.
What happened with the dead refugee?
Oh, didn't we talk about this already? So a while ago, that dead guy over there came running. Yeah, then after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, well, you came in.
We've examined the corpse and it doesn't appear being killed by electrocution. It looks like poison.
What? That's really something else. Some poison killed that poor guy at the exact same time as that machine zapped him? Man, what a wacky world.
Logs in the terminal shows that there was a power surge like you said, but also several attempts to access the computer afterwards.
While those alarms were going off? How'd that happen?
We'll ask again. Who was trying to access the computer after the power surge?
Well, that guy, he fell over under the computer machine after the flash. Maybe he landed on the buttons, or on the thing with all the little buttons. Or, oh shit, man. Do you think someone snuck in here while I was sleeping and fiddled with those buttons? A prowler lurking about? That's some scary stuff, man. Yikes.
We found a half-eaten mushroom in the corpse's pocket.
Oh, yum. Mushrooms are the best, man. So many flavors. And they grow everywhere and grow easy. I love them. Who knew there were poisonous ones?
Do you want us to let you out?
Oh man, yes, please. Very much.
You're calling this one, Rangers, but really, I'd just let nature take its course here, if you know what I mean.
I'd really like to get out of here. Really?
Okay. We'll find a way to get you out.
Really? Oh man, yeah, man, you're just the tops. The beanies. I owe you big time. Oh yay! Thank you so much, man. I owe you big, real big time. This won't be the last time you hear from me.
Okay. Let's go back to lady. Tell him that the dude that she was looking for is dead.
People are people, and sometimes they need help. That's what the Rangers do, right? Help people.
I think found your missing guy, Andy. Sorry to say that he's dead.
Andy. Damn it. I was afraid of that. We've been locked up for days, but at least we had our supplies with us. How did he... No. I don't want to know. Enough death in this world. Don't need the details to make it even more bitter. Thanks for telling me, Rangers. I'll break it to the others.
Alright, thank you.
Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
You got that right, miss.
Garage. If we get this cleaned out, you can put your truck in here.
Lunchbox. The bears left a stein on your memory. Because it won't be cooling off anytime soon. How are you the giant killer robot though? This heavy reinforced titanium plating is your answer. Just a pile of junk. Who would think there'd be anything valuable about this? A saw blade designed to cut lightweight materials. The application obvious. Nice. Automated chauffeur. Bent actuator. Actually, the actuator is done actuating. Let Matrix, the fancy robotic part that took humanity thousands of years to collectively develop and manufacture. All in the name of partying down. Alloy barrel. Ooh, stronger than steel, this barrel can withstand higher chamber pressure. Scrap and acid.
Tired of gridlock? Sick of dodging reckless drivers? Fed up with paying a fortune to shady mechanics that never actually fix your car? Consolidated Atomics has the answer. Introducing Hermes, the revolutionary vehicle AI that's an expert driver, navigator, and auto mechanic all in one. Hermes remembers your daily commute, gathering up-to-the-minute traffic reports to plot the quickest route to your destination. The AI also takes care of basic maintenance, keeping your vehicle in peak condition. Visit your local dealership for information on a Hermes upgrade kit today. Consolidated Atomics, 21st century solutions for the problems of today.
An ad. This terminal is displaying information about the base system. All seems normal right now. Examine most recent activity logs. Most of the logs appear to be destroyed giant server occurred around decades ago. This terminal controls some of the nearby vehicle lifts, but recently indicated that they are all unresponsive. Recall service elevator? Please wait. A loud grinding emanated from the huge trapdoor near the garage entrance. The smell of rust medical spark filled the room. Mechanical failure reported. A servitor drone has been issued to repair the order. The corpse of a young woman lies at your feet, her body contorted in an unnatural angle. Judging by the smell, she's been here a while. Try to determine how she died. The body unnatural position suggested some kind of seizure, and there are signs of discoloration in her face indicating a heart failure. A heavy metal spanner is gripped tightly in her right hand. The metal is discolored, and the scorch marks blackens her fingertips. It looks to you like a textbook of electrocution. Oh, textbook electrocution. The woman wearing a patchwork jumpsuit and leather tool belt. Her pockets are crammed with fuses, bundled wires, and bits of circuit boards. It looks like this Wastelander made her living by scavenging and repairing electronics. She would have felt right at home in an old garage like this. Where's the Slicer Dicer? This enormous spider-like robot is in bad shape. It twitches like a puddle of its own fluids. Its case dented and is riddled with bullet holes. Judging by the scrape marks on the floor, it looks like someone dragged it into the garage from somewhere else. Examine the robot. You recognize the Dicer Slicer. It's a pre-apocalyptic military robot. It appears to have been badly damaged in a firefight and is missing some of its weapons. Upon closer inspection, you note that some of the bullet holes have been patched, and several of the legs show signs of recent welding. The Slicer Dicer mains access panel is open, revealing its wiring and power panels. It's clear that someone has been trying to repair the robot. Repair it. Peering inside the quivering robot's casing, you find a lot of salvaged parts and new wiring. Someone's been working with the robot for a while. There's back connection to the power supply strong enough to give someone wicked shock. It takes some careful work to repair the connection. Oh. As soon as this short is repaired, the robot sputters to life. It turns a cold, unfeeling optical sensors towards you, and its weapon spins up. Oh. Maybe I should have thought about that, huh? Well, let's convert the robot. Let's rally. Robots can't be demoralized. Mark target though.
Don't mind us. We're troubleshooting.
Thundering strike. Oh, okay. I can't mark something that's already marked. Puncturing shot. Okay.
Enemies pacified.
Slicer Dicer Self-Assembler. This missing couple subsystem, but is really mostly an entire slicer dicer, and is put together correctly like most of the time. By 7 slicers. Deploy a robotic follower that will assist in combat, self-destruct after battles completed. Oh. Ooh, pulse gun. Damage to robots, humans, animal, and mutants reduced. Automatic weapons, small arms, sniper rifle, big guns. Okay.
What a stink. Somebody's been using this medbay for a morgue. Gonna take an ocean of bleach to get it ready for customers.
This desiccated husk of a man is little more than a skeleton covered in papery skin. Search for cause of death. Looks like simple case of starvation, dehydration, but the corpse ankles and twists shows some scarring as if he's been chained up for a while. This female corpse is bloated and putrefied. One of her arms is entirely missing. Black ichor oozes from her swollen torso. Looks like a missing arm has nothing to do with a woman's death, but it has been expertly removed and stitched up long before she died. Instead, she seems to have died of an infection or illness. You notice the same scarring on her ankles, wrists as the others' corpses, more likely from manacles. The torn skin suggests that they were frequently moved. Inspect the corpse again. Look for the source of an infection. As tracing the sort of infection path through the body, you spot a cybernetic implant embedded in her rotting chest. Looks like its poor installation was cause for fatal infection. Take the implant. You grit the teeth and pry out the implant. Her chest shatters when it finally rips free, spilling liquefied innards. This leathery corpse is missing several of its digits and facial features. Looks like an exposure to extreme cold took this person missing extremities. Scarring indicates that this may have happened multiple times over several years. But it wasn't the cold that killed him. Open wounds across the back indicate that he was whipped to death. You also notice the same scarring on his ankles and wrists as the other corpses, most likely from the manacles. The torn skin suggests that they were frequently moved. Pile of corpse in this corner. These people die in a variety of ways, most of them violent, bullet holes in one, crushed skulls in another, and cut throats in the third. There have been all scarring on their ankles and wrists and as other corpses, but it looks like these people were trafficked by slavers. The door guarding the vault is enormous and is proceeding to the walls, floors, and ceiling. It appears only open as numeric keypad on the far several feet away. Okay, that's annoying.
Look at all this machinery. If we can get it all running, this will be a good spot for your armory.
Trash. The terminal is displaying information about the space system. All seems normal right now. Recent activities. They only find terminal passive data wipe of several decades ago. Terminal is displaying information about the space system. All seems normal right now. Frag grenade. Only one? Man. All that for a single frag grenade? Lame. I wonder if the game will make me enter the code myself. Okay, no.
Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.
Leave Ranger headquarters. Take the footpath down to downtown Colorado Springs. No need to get in the car and go to the world map. Stretch. Gotta get up and stretch once in a while. Don't sit for hours on end.
Please, my son's not a Dorsey. Let him go.
Citizen Emmeline
Don't look like
Pease.
marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch?
Why do you ask? Nope, we're rangers. We work for anyone who needs help.
Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer. Judge
Jesus.
Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you.
What happened? Why was your son sentenced to death?
I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone.
Public masturbation. Probably what it is. Let's go with that.
If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what
A
happened.
bit excessive to sentence someone to
Sometimes
death for
it's
that,
easier
but
to talk to a stranger than your mother. I know that much.
especially about that subject, yes. Who's your son?
Austin Pease, the skinny boy up on the platform. I can't imagine he killed anyone. We've seen enough death on our way out here. He never wanted to hurt anyone, ever.
What's your story, ma'am?
Our family escaped the wars in the East. Tried to make our way across the plains. My husband, my other son, my daughters, one by one, picked off and killed. Now it's just the two of us, and I'm gonna lose him too.
Bye.
Please, help my son!
Look, ma'am. I will do my best. Marshal, deputy, marshal, enforcer. I assume these are
some
yeah,
of the
okay.
Dorsey bastards who attacked the city. Shouldn't have let themselves get caught.
We ain't gonna beg for our lives. We ain't weak like you.
Guess the trial was done. A quick one.
Death to Buchanan! Death to the 100 stinking families!
Marshal,
This
enforcer.
kid's going in the pillories next.
Okay, let's see here. Austin Pease. The teenage prisoner is gaunt and pale. His hair is tousled and greasy. His face angular with hunger. He stares at the pillories with dread, swallowing occasionally. He sees you staring at him and snaps back to reality.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind.
How do you get in trouble with the marshals?
Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism. I figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom would have talked me out of it. I should have talked to her first.
Why do you do it?
We were starving. No two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives.
Doesn't seem like a punishment fits the crime.
I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance.
A daring escape plan?
No, I was never no desperado. Don't rightly know why I let myself get caught up in this.
He swallows hard, his eyes on the pillories.
But if I'm to die, I'd at least like to do that right. Gonna do that like a man.
Strip naked and hang out in the cold until you freeze to death? What's your sentence?
Magistrate tells me it's death. They're gonna strip me down and tie me to those things. And they're gonna let the cold do its work.
He shivers.
I wonder if it'll hurt.
Yes.
Wish I could tell you it won't, kid. But that'd be a lie.
Dying to, permafrost is painful. Let's say we can free you. What's worth for you?
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me.
Do you have any useful skills?
I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped.
All right. Goodbye.
Nice talking to you.
Death to Buchanan! Death to the 100 stinking families!
Down as Dorsey lives, he'll kill you all!
This dour man looks out at the pillories with an expression of grim satisfaction. His sallow skin pulls tight over his face and his thin lips pressed together in hard lines.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy. Which reminds me, that Dorsey you requested stand trial? He was clearly guilty and sentenced to the pillories. A waste of my time. He did have this note, though, which you may find interesting.
What's with the pillories?
They are the only instrument of justice we need. Serious offenders die by exposure. Sometimes I might grant a reprieve after frostbiters claim their extremities.
You have no other punishments here?
For some offenses, we have a work camp on the plains. I don't approve of their methods, but it's outside my jurisdiction. Minor infractions, like public drunkenness or disorderly conduct, are punished by a short stay in the sheriff's lockup.
He gestures towards the building behind him. Death by exposure seems a little bit harsh.
Oh, to the contrary. It is more merciful than the punishments meted out by the mountain clans or the gangs of the plains. If we did any less, they would see our nation as weak. And in Colorado, weakness is death. As much as we might long for the world before the bombs, when justice was not so cruel, that is not the world we inhabit.
And let's be honest, Judge. You kind of like it too, don't you?
No, I do not. I only do what the law commands.
And since you're the law around here, I guess you're your own boss.
I follow principles set forth at the second founding of this city, as you know very well. Without our laws and the penalties to enforce them, we're no better than the Wastelanders.
Let's talk about something else.
Proceed.
Austin said he didn't kill anyone, but would take it to free him.
His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience.
He took a job only because he was starving. True justice would free him and let him work to redeem himself for his minor attachments. Or minor infractions.
I am not certain you truly understand the Patriarch's justice, but your words ring true. Perhaps death is too severe a punishment.
He thinks for a moment, tapping his lips.
This is irregular, but it is within my powers to grant you full custody of Austin Peace. Any further infractions he may commit are the Ranger's responsibility. I would recommend keeping him out of trouble. You should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news from you.
Wait.
No mercy on—
Rangers, what brings you here? Indeed.
The deluge of blood is coming!
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next.
We talked to the magistrate. He says he'll release you, but you'll be working for us now.
What? Are you serious? You really saved my life and I get to be a ranger? Soon as they let me free, I'm going straight to your headquarters. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Clean guns, scrub toilets, you name it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, Rangers. Can't wait to get out of here.
The deluge of blood is coming for you all!
You Rangers are heroes. I'm gonna tell everyone what you did for my son. Thank you. Thank you.
Cornelius Dorsey lives. He'll kill you all.
We ain't gonna beg for our lives! We ain't weak like you!
Jesus, those people. Old jailer.
Too old to fight the Dorseys, they said. Ha!
Must be drunker than I thought. Did someone yell something about
Ooh,
Dorsey's?
Lucia Weston.
Ah, Marshals. Finally. I was beginning to think you were never going to help. Hold on now. You aren't marshals. You look like ruffians. Are you here to see the sheriff? Well, I'm first. I've been waiting here on tenterhooks for an hour.
What kind of help do you need from the marshals?
It's maddening. My family has been kidnapped by those no-good Dorseys, and the marshals will give me no answers about their situation. They won't even speak to me.
We're the Arizona Rangers. We could help you.
Well, you look capable enough, but I don't know you from Adam. Why, you might be robbers or bandits. No. Thanks all the same, but I think I'll continue to wait on the proper authorities. Frustrating though that may be. Sheriff Daisy, I will not leave until you speak to me. Please put in a word to the sheriff for me. If she'd only lend me a marshal or two, I'd rescue my family myself.
Deputy Marshal, Marshal Enforcer, Marshal, Deputy Marshal Torres.
We should build some more watchtowers around.
Miss Wesson, could you... I'm sorry. I have to talk to these folks. Sorry about that. Are you the Rangers? We were told to expect you. Sheriff Daisy's waiting for you in the back.
Thanks, Torres.
Anytime, Marshal Quan.
Any advice on handling Sheriff Daisy?
Don't blink.
Can you tell us about the marshals?
It's on the back of the box. We keep the peace here in Colorado Springs. Mostly, though, we do what Sheriff Daisy says.
What are you working on?
Reports. Lots of reports. The Dorsey raid really tore up the town. Murder, looting, fires. They even attacked this station. Not that they got very far. It's been exhausting. Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a form.
How's your family?
My mom and pa are safe. Still haven't heard from my sister. She was working near the museum when the attack started.
Jesus. Fucking Dorseys?
Yeah, fucking Dorseys.
I'm sure she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
God. The marshal must go through the bunker's worth of coffee every day. Yeah. The sheriff is a statuesque woman with graying blonde hair and steel in her smile.
Well, now you must be the Rangers. I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this. I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he? Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean.
Is the barrel of your gun on fire?
First, you hear?
I want your gun.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
We got a few questions before we go.
Rangers, I'd love to trade war stories, but I've got marshals calling me left and right, dead folks lying in the streets, and reports of Dorsey stragglers all over the city. Let's circle back later. Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 Families folk. Try to get 'em out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Wesson with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out of. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers. The garden's on the far side of the market square. Don't forget to take Miss Wesson with you.
I'm not sure why the sheriff didn't assign me marshals, but, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of. Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. As Sheriff Daisy told you, they and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I am ready when you are.
What can you tell us about the Dorseys?
No good traitors, that's what they are. Used to be 100 Families, like us, but rotten. Backstabbers, every one of them. At least that's what my father says. They rebelled against the patriarch before I was born, and were driven from the city. I was always told they were dead and gone. It seems I was misinformed.
What is the Guardian of the Guard? Sheriff Daisy didn't say.
It's a project of the Ward family. A showcase for their know-how. They grow food there using the latest technologies. Colorado Springs leads the world in science. But there are plenty of places to hide in the garden. The Dorseys could be laying for us anywhere. We shall have to be cautious.
Before we go anywhere, let's talk about your combat experience.
Certainly. My father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk, and I'm the best shot in the city.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
But have you ever killed anyone?
No. But I have hunted. There's no need to worry that I will be shy about pulling the trigger. I promise, strangers, if it is to save my family, I will not hesitate.
Hunter, what do you say was the right gun for hunting a bison?
I believe you're trying to trick me, strangers. There is no right gun for hunting bison. The safest way to hunt bison is to stampede them off of a cliff, and only if you have a very fast vehicle.
All right, let's go.
At last.
What are your skills? You have small arms, weapons modding, barter, and survival. Okay. Good cop, bad cop, and a swinging exposed light bulb. Classic. Well, it says loot and not steal, so. Ooh, sniper rifle. Armor and crit resistance. Jesus. Deserved, though. Deserved. Okay.
We'll have our revenge. You ain't seen the last of us.
Extra,
Kitty!
Extra! Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs!
Oh.
Death to Buchanan! Death
The
to the
bodies of Dorsey
homeless
slain in the recent incursion tossed haphazardly in the frozen fountain. Refugee. Haley!
Mom? Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Just a minute, can I talk to you?
What? Why? What do you want?
Do you need help?
No, please, I just need you to go away. Please.
You were expecting your mother. Where is she?
I don't know. We were heading to Colorado Springs with a lot of other folks when we got separated. I hurried here as quick as I could after, but I ain't found her anywhere. I keep hoping.
You got separated?
There was this smiling lady. She said she had some food, and I could take some back to my mom if I came with her. And next thing I know, she was gonna sell me. She put me in a cage.
How do you escape?
One of her men took me out of the cage to... I kicked him as hard as I could and ran. They didn't find me in the dark. And then I saw some refugees and tagged along. Stayed with them till I got here.
Okay.
Bye.
A lot of folks were shot down in the street. Marshals cleaned up most of the bodies already.
I'm guessing that's like exiting the world.
I hope you die
Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs. Families taken hostage. New in town? Did you hear about what happened?
This young man is still in his teens, carries numerous copies of newspaper, the Colorado Patriot. We hear they've been trouble.
Sure has. Dorsey's got into the city, but nobody knows how. They started shooting up the place and killed a lot of people. Then they made a run at the Patriarch's palace. Oh, but they couldn't get inside. It took a while, but Sheriff Daisy and the marshals beat him back. Now they're holed up in the Garden of the Gods. Well, some of them, anyway. Others jumped in their trucks and ran for it.
What do you know about the Dorseys?
Just what I've been told. Back before I was born, they were the family that betrayed the Patriarch and tried to take charge of Colorado. Thing is, everybody thought they'd been dead for years. I mean, there's tons of stories about how the Patriarch wiped them all out.
You report the news right here?
Yep. I work for the Colorado Patriot, only newspaper left in America. We tell people what's happening in the city and what they should think about it.
Perfect. See you around.
How does
Careful.
it feel now?
Might still be Dorsey's hiding out in the city.
The young Garf is nervous but determined. He steps forward as you approach, holding his hands
By
up.
order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
Why is it closed?
The attack on the city has everyone nervous. Until that's all settled down, Patriarch's orders are in effect. Authorized business only.
What's through it?
Broadmoor Heights and the Patriarch's palace.
He clearly feels his job does not include expansive description. What kind of authorization do we need?
An invitation from the head of a family or authorization from the Patriarch. Until you have that, the gate stays closed.
Okay.
Good day.
Bandy's Diary, a small book, bigger, with a series of hearts and daggers drawn on cover, with the words, "The Diary of a Beautiful Brandy." The eye is drawn with a heart. Oh.
You just put down the gun and let someone else handle this, all right?
Garden of the Gods is just north of Market Square. Marshal Lupinski should be out front.
You sons of bitches!
Josiah, come on! Don't provoke them!
But they're in my shop. They might ruin my stock.
Better they ruin your stock than your head, Josiah Cassidy.